is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Let's go to Phil in Puerto Rico. Hey, Phil, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, doing great. Just wanted to thank you guys and the whole crew. Best content on the internet. Really appreciate everything you guys are doing.
We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Phil, how did you find us?
I just typed in live trading in YouTube one morning.
Cool.
I was looking for any type of live trading room. You guys came up, and
awesome.
I know quality when I see it, or at least I like to think so. And I mean, you guys are just a dream. I appreciate everything you guys do.
Welcome to the Tiger family. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us.
My pleasure.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFNN. We kick things off on my earphones. We're ready to go now. We kick things off. We got the S&Ps right now. Negative by 67 points. We got AI stocks in focus, but the S&P's negative by 1%, trading off 67 points. We've had selling throughout most of the session. Lows of 67.83, and we're off by 1%. NASDAQ 100 off by 1.7%. 24,948. The Dow off by about 0.4% right now, negative by 200 points, 48,282, and the Russell off by 0.9%. Bitcoin, how's that for low volatility this morning? Up to above 90,000. We're back off $1,900 at 85,850. Crude under pressure. So we got a blockade on Venezuela, and crude is up $1, up 1.7% to 56.10 right now. We jump to yields. A little bit of higher price, lower yield right now. You jump over and we get the 10-year right now. We say higher prices in where we were this morning, but you're basically flat on the session. 4.15. 4.15 on the 10-year. You jump over the dollar. 98.37. We jump to metals right now. Gold contract up $35, bumping up right near all-time highs, up 0.8% at 43.67. You jump over to silver. How about silver, man? $67 for the first time ever. 67.18, the all-time high. Silver up by 5.2%. Check out the metals, man. Platinum hits 1962. Did we get above where we were? Yeah, we sure did. So platinum gets above the highs of 2011, and you get the highs of 2008 hanging out there. But platinum, you talk about a run, man. Platinum's doubled in price from where we were in May. And we jump over the other metal, copper, up by 1.1%, 6 pennies higher. We check in on natural gas. A little bit of a reprieve. How's that for an acceleration? Today, you're higher by 5.2%, but natural gas under pressure from 550 to a low of 384 yesterday. Natural gas positive this morning. And yeah, you check out crude. On a daily basis, we get some buying today. Okay, look at the volume. Crude contract. Today, almost 300,000 contracts, 283,000 contracts. That's the most volume we've done since November on crude. We're catching a little bit of a bid to the upside. All right, AI, folks. AI stocks in focus. So Amazon, they got a deal with OpenAI. Now, they don't have a deal. They're talking about a deal. Potentially $10 billion is what they're going to be putting in. And we got a lot going on beyond that, though. Now, NVIDIA's off 3.7%. Okay? You're off $6.56 at 171. Oracle down another 6%. You talk about a pullback, man. So much for their last earnings. Oracle shares trading where we were a year ago. Oracle down another 6%. Okay? And we're going to jump over because what's it got to do with? Data centers and the funding. So the latest hiccup centers around Oracle's financing for a data center in Michigan, okay? And it's already got the people actually funding it. So Blue Owl Capital, a longtime partner in its rapid AI build-out, is not contributing to the equity. So Oracle confirmed that today. That alone, given some worries. The cost of protecting its debt, the highest since 2009, even without Blue Owl, that Michigan project. is so far progressing like others involving Oracle. Okay, Blackstone's in talks to provide the equity capital. Bank of America is leading $14 billion debt deal to help finance the project and is in the process of bringing in other banks and investors to join the commitment. So it's not like they're out of options. But nonetheless, people pulling back. If it was easy money, they wouldn't be pulling back. Okay? Oracle said the final negotiations for the equity deal are on schedule. Seems like everything else is getting pushed back recently with Oracle. Project finance packages usually used to fund the construction of data centers are typically structured so that 80% of the money comes from debt, 20% from equity. Nobody wants the equity. Well, Blue Owl doesn't want it, at least just yet. And that site is usually owned by the equity investor and the developer. Now, what's interesting is, right, you have the biggest companies in the world, okay, like Oracle, for instance, like Amazon, and they don't want to own these data centers. They could own these data centers if they want. They don't want to own them. Okay, they want somebody else to own them and finance them. Oracle has used this form of off-balance sheet fundraising for other sites. Yeah, keep it off the balance sheet, right? Blue Owl considered the lease and debt terms unfavorable relative to other deals. This is the Michigan deal. Those evaluating the deal were also concerned about potential delays in the project stemming from the state's political climate. Now, what's remarkable here is, okay, Oracle shares have been cut in half. So things might have looked rosy in the last 6 months. We are at a level that we have not seen since June in the equity. So that matters when you talk about the share price, the equity of the company that you're backstopping itself. You better believe it matters. All right, we got an IPO going today too, right? MDLN. Yeah, check this thing out. So IPOs, alive and well. Medline, they go IPO, and they're up 35%, up $10. Let's see if they already have in here. I don't think they do. They make medical products, and they sell them to hospitals. Good business to be in. So they price it at $29. It opens at $35. You're pushing $39. Private equity owned company, 216 million shares, raising $6.26 billion. So you got, look at these companies. Blackstone, Carlyle, and Hellman and Friedman acquired a majority stake in the company in 2021 for $34 billion, the largest leveraged buyout at the time. And now you're going public, and they're pushing out, and you're trading higher, man. Markets, though? No, not happening today. We'll jump around. You got Micron trading off 2.9% right now. We got numbers for them after the bell. Stay tuned, folks. We're coming back. Be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey. Because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome, folks. Welcome back, that is. We got the markets in the red in Micron. So Micron's down 2.6%. Tough day to come out with the earnings, right? When you get deals falling apart between Oracle and their backers. But you got Micron earnings after the bell tonight. So what are analysts expecting? How about $12.9 billion in revenue? 48% year over year. Okay. Now what's remarkable is Micron, we've gone from 84 to 226. Okay, now revenue, they're going for 48% year over year. But you got many price targets over $300. And yeah, realistically, we have some selling in here. That's a daily, but you put this thing on a weekly. Let's see. Yeah, we had some selling. What was that? The week of November 17th, you rip lower, you get a bounce. Now that week there is November 24th. That's Thanksgiving. You climb higher again. The week of December 1st, let me pull back a bit. But we're almost pushing the highs. But a tough day to go out on earnings. Micron, after the bell tonight, look for a little bit of volatility there. All right, what else they got going on, folks? So, we're going back, and we're going to do gold equities in a moment, all right? EKS, I see in there. We'll go over some gold equities. Why not? We'll jump through some of the gold equities that I go through in the gold report every week, folks. If you'd like to check out the gold report, you can check that out under the newsletter tab at TFNN.com. Check out the Tiger Dollars as well. We'll go into those in a moment, but we've been talking about poker. They got one of the biggest tournaments in the world running right now at the Atlantis in Bahamas. So it was $25,000 to enter, folks. Okay, this tournament, $25,000 to enter. The number of entries was close to 3,000. That creates a prize pool of $72 million. How's that for a poker tournament for you? $72 million. Okay, there's 19 people left, and the winner's walking with $10 million, man. $10 million bucks. Okay, you make the final 9, you're guaranteed $850. The top 8 people getting more than $1 million. Now you put up 25 grand. Okay, and let me tell you, folks, you put up 25 grand, 415, it's life-changing money for a lot of people. Okay, but what happens in these tournaments is, number one, if you're playing a $25,000 tournament, folks, that $25,000 better mean nothing to you if you lose it, because 9 times out of 10, you are going to lose that money. Right? Only about 10 to 15% of the field gets paid in poker tournaments. The kicker, though, is imagine there are almost 3,000 people in. You make the top 19, and you only get 8 times your money. And that's because all the money is up top, baby, in poker tournaments. Okay? All the money up top. $10 million bucks. And they're going to be playing. And they'll probably play down to the final table today. And you talk about some high stakes, man. And that game is actually, I think they stream this live on YouTube. I believe they do. Let's see what they pull up on the stream. Yeah, they sure do. I think that's streaming on their YouTube channel. Now, what the last part I was going to say about this is that many people in this tournament are buying in more than once, folks. Many people in this tournament are buying in more than once. There's already stories. I think it was Daniel Negreanu. I think he bought in like 8 times. $200,000. Okay, now, that's probably not all him. He's probably sharing action with many people in this tournament, right? He has 10% of somebody else. He gives them 10% of him. He's trading out, sharing action. Nonetheless, they're playing for $10 million at the beautiful Bahamas, Atlantis in Bahamas. And I was fortunate enough to play a tournament there with Poker Stars going back in 2011, I think. And let me see if I can find it. Because that tournament, it's one of the closest calls I had. No, it was 2009 PCA. Here we go. Let me see if I can find it. And it was a great tournament, man. I think I finished 70th. What's this? And what I did, folks, I played a lot of online. I love playing live casinos, but I played a lot of online. And that's where I had my biggest scores, online. Never won millions in one tournament. Let's put it that way. And yeah, here it is, 2009. So check this out, okay? And this is why this tournament is near and dear to my heart. Oh, it was a great year, man. 2009, so I won this event on Poker Stars. I went to go play in this tournament. Okay, this tournament was $10,000, and they had 1,347 players, okay? January 2009, we're going back 16 years ago. All right. And what was so cool is that back then, it was a big deal to win $1 million. Now, nowadays, the tournament I just pulled up is $10 million, right? Back then, there weren't many tournaments that did $1 million. Well, this tournament, man, the top 3 players got $1 million, right? First place taking home $3 million, okay? And where am I? And this was not my biggest win. There I am, 82nd. Edmund O'Brien, 17.5. Now, let me tell you, folks, okay? 17.5, I put up 10 grand to get in, right? So, I won 7,500. I had expenses to get out there. But here's the kicker. I didn't put up 10 grand to get in this tournament, all right? I had won my way into this tournament for far less. Poker Stars used to run tournaments for about $150 to win your 10K. And that 10K was actually about a $15,000 package. So they do $150. And 1 out of 100 people would win a package. So you'd play a 500-person tournament for $150, and the top 5 people would all win packages. And so it was a great time because I'm in the Bahamas, and I have a beautiful room that was included as part of the package, and I invited my friends down there. I was 28 years old at this time. Great time to be in the Bahamas, winning 5 figures playing poker. And then I won the 17.5. And so I felt like a champion anyway. And, I ran very well to get there. Unfortunately, the hand that busted me was I had ace-king and a gentleman had ace-queen. And as the story goes, he hit a queen and I was out. And if I had just held up on that hand, I was going to have like a top 10 stack with about 80 people left if I had won that hand. So that's how real it is. And if you follow enough poker, folks, tournaments are about putting yourself in a position to get lucky. Okay, because you can play as well as you can play as well as Phil Ivey out there. If you don't get lucky, you can't win a tournament. Okay, you put yourself in a position to get lucky. That's the way you want to in a poker tournament. Because you better believe there's a bunch of luck involved. Now, don't focus on the negatives though, because a lot of people would hinge on that moment. But here's a cool part: that with about 400 people left, I got it in with pocket queens. And I was up against pocket kings, okay? And it got even worse than that by the river, I needed to hit a queen, okay? But there were 4 diamonds out there, I think. Or no, there were 3 diamonds out there. And one of my queens was the queen of diamonds. but he had the king of diamonds in his hand, which would have given him the flush, so that actually eliminated that queen of diamonds. So as a result, I had one queen that I could hit. So imagine this, right? I got a one-outer on the river for a $10,000 poker tournament. I got queens versus kings, and I'm literally saying queen of hearts is the only card. Queen of hearts, queen of hearts. What rolls off, folks? The queen of hearts on the river. And I hit my queen. I hit 3 queens. I double up, and that was a $17,000 card. You know, would have been nicer if it was a $3 million card, right? All right, we talk a little bit of poker. Sometime we're going to be playing live poker. We'll play some live online poker someday on the stream. We'll get everybody going. Not today, though. We're going to come back, folks. We're going to take a look at some gold equities and silver equities. We'll go over some of those miners. Stay tuned, folks. We got gold near record, silver record prices. We're coming back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tom O'Brien Show is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. We got gold up by $42, trading at $43.74, right near all-time highs. We hit a high of $43.83 What's that, 15 bucks? Yeah, 15 bucks away from all-time highs. Silver, we hit it almost every day now. Silver, up to 67.18. First time we've ever hit 67 bucks. And we got a 1-to-1 that brings you up almost $1 higher to 68.32 potentially. Silver up by 5.5% right now. And as I mentioned, platinum, right? Platinum making new recent highs as well. Up $58, up 3.1%. And yeah, let's start off with the silver stocks. Why not? So First Majestic, now this is a little bit worrisome. Okay, silver's just continuing to push higher, and these equities are not doing it. Okay, you got First Majestic right now. Now you're still quite a lofty level. We were just trading at $8 in August. You're at 16. Okay, we pulled all the way back down. Now it's a weekly. Put it on a daily. Pulled all the way back down to 1432 9 days ago, and we're at 1639. But we're right where we've been the last full week as silver trades a little bit higher. You jump over to Hecla. Same deal. Okay, Hecla's up 2.2% today, but not at highs. Okay, Hecla's where we were almost a week ago in that first acceleration. Now, Pan American, yeah, same deal. Off, not really making new highs like silver. So something to watch on those silver equities. Now we jump into some of the gold equities. Check out EXK first. Yeah, EXK is a different deal because they had a $300 million convertible that they sent out up here. So that's a problem. It's a problem in the short term. Probably a good thing in the long term that these metals executives, okay, if you're in the C-suite and you're managing a company that's producing a product and that's the price that the product's going to sell at, you want to make sure you shore up that balance sheet while you can. Because there's nothing to say that silver, it's not going to go up. Nothing goes up forever, nothing goes down forever, as they say. All right? All right, let's jump around to some of the other stocks to jump through. AEM's always one we're looking at in the gold report. That usually kicks it off. If anything, though, it looks like it might be a little overextended. Now, in a volume perspective, okay, we got some decent volume here. You accelerate higher with volume. Things have dropped off since November, though. And this happened a lot on a lot of the equities, folks. You look at the volume we got from September through October, there's been a drop-off since November. As in, this market accelerated higher, and it's held up okay, but we don't have the volume. And if anything, we got some selling volume last week in AEM. Jump over to Alamos, another one. Well, but look at the volume again, right? So you get this volume from September, you get some big weekly volume bars, you get the bid on their earnings, and then it just kind of drops off. Okay, and this was happening a lot on some of these equities. Barrick. Again, a rocket ship. Well, look at this volume, right? September, you had some big-time volume. I mean, we've got declining volume every single week since November 10th. So this is something to watch on some of these equities as they creep higher. Okay, you jump over to uranium. Now, this is a different entity. And longer term, I like this equity, folks. Look at the way we accelerate higher. Up to 110, and we pull back with lighter volume. Okay, if anything, we got a little consolidation going, and it looks like we want to test 80 again. Now, every time we get bad news about an AI deal, this thing reacts, okay? Because they're going to use uranium to power the nuclear reactors. They're going to power all the data centers. But longer term, I mean, what a business to be in. Selling electrons, okay? We're never going to have enough electrons for the next 10 or 20 years. And we are so far behind China. If anything, we should be focusing on that, okay? And we are. But China's been blowing us away on energy production, and that is going to be one of the biggest constraints going forward. And we got some nice volume on that selling. We got volume at the highs, 110.16. Jump around to some others I like. El Dorado. That was a nice sign of strength, breaking above the recent highs. But as you can see, we had some big volume bars here. October, right? September, haven't matched that yet on El Dorado, and that just goes all the way down the line. Kinross. Oof. We were in this thing early in the year. Got taken out at one point for a profit. Now look at the volume in this, right? Big time volume up to 25. Same thing. Okay, this thing had the volume in July. It had it in September. Look at the drop off since then. Okay, October and November. 72 million, 70, 61, 53, 49, 51, and then you go 40. It's a dramatic drop-off. Now, that's Kinross. $33 billion company at this point. I mean, you look at these equities. So you're $33 billion. Even last year, we were at $5. What do we got? Just over 1 billion shares trading? Yeah. So you go from a $6 billion company to a $33 billion company in 2 years. Oof. These gold companies. New Gold's another good one. Look at this run. Now you're approaching over the 1 to 2.618 expansion. And look at that selling. Okay, we got selling November 3rd. You got selling November 10th. And you break above those highs last week and you give it up. And look at the volume we already have this week. We're going to get some volume this week. Nice to see a little bit more volume on some of these equities as we come up into some lofty levels. You know, I'm always watching VGZ. It accelerates yet again, but what I'll show on this one, okay? You know, you're coming into this area that we had just massive volume, okay? We came up, we tested that area, it traded lower. You couldn't close above it, and now we're rejecting that area. You're going to pull back on lighter volume probably. It's only Wednesday, but you've done 4.3 million, but we're going to need some volume to break through this high from September. A couple others that stick out. Royal Gold's a good one. Again, look at that volume though, right? Look at that volume. And it's waned a bit. Now that's the holiday week, November 24th, but these weeks ain't holidays, man. December 1st, 3 million shares all week. And then you do 4.4. Well, we did months where we weren't even approaching those volume levels. And then getting to the bottom of the alphabet, the final stock that I finished it up with, and I didn't cover all of them. I'm just taking a couple. But wheat and precious metal. I mean, no matter where you pick, but you know, we have 3 equities that we're in right now. Okay, we got 2 silver stocks and a gold stock that we're in the gold as we're pushing above the September and the October highs in the equities. Because in the equities, you got a lot of volume up there, okay? And we don't have a lot of volume in the last 6 weeks or so in some of these equities. Now, the backdrop of that is, like I've been talking about, is I think we got weakness in the dollar, and we'll see if it plays out. We get a bid today, but don't get too caught up in that bid, as this is a trend of lower lows and lower highs. The dollar yesterday hit a lower price we haven't seen in 10 weeks, and we're trading at 98.38 right now on the dollar. All right, folks, S&P is off by 71. Remember, we got Micron after the bell today. We're pushing session lows right now. Oracle off 6% right now. Micron off about 3%. Come right back, folks. Stay tuned.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors. For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds for both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. We have the S&Ps down about 1% right now. NASDAQ, we're off by 1.7% right now. We take a look at the heat map. Yeah, now, information technology, Microsoft actually in the green today. We got Apple holding up somewhat well, only down 0.3%. Tesla with a give back, off by 4.3%. They ring the bell for all-time highs. Oracle off by 6%. Palantir, AppLovin. Jump to the Dow. Yeah, quite a different story, right? Home Depot up by 1.2% right now. Walmart, call it flat. Caterpillar, let's check out Caterpillar, off almost 5%. Oh, look at this thing. Okay. That's going to be some volume on the weekly. Check this out. It's only Wednesday. We got Caterpillar ripping lower on 9 million shares. We only did about 13 million last week and 11 and 10 the weeks prior. Yeah, check out the home builders. Lennar. So Lennar has their numbers, and boy, they were not optimistic about the current quarter. Now, part of me says, okay, maybe this is the buy, but we got some volume picking up. It's the only thing. Because we're right back to the top of this consolidation in Lennar. All right? Just kind of this level, 110 to 100. And we hit 110. We rang it this morning. You got just below where we were. You take a look at the weekly, and you got these lows out here from 2023 as well. Market got way ahead of itself on the premise that rates were coming. And, you know, volume always rules, folks. Okay, and the volume just wasn't quite there on this move acceleration. You look at that last acceleration, one of the lightest volume. Watch this. You zoom in. That big bar, September 1st, only 12 million. That's one of the lightest volume weeks we had all in this chart right now. But lower rates are coming, folks. Lower rates are coming. You know, affordability, the midterms, everything in play. We got a new Fed chair. They control the 2-year, but the pressure's on. And the pressure should be on. Because affordability is a problem right now. Can't imagine trying to make a living, buy a house, get a down payment, afford a 6.5% interest rate, afford a house that's $650,000, afford a brand new car that's 65, 70 grand. Across the board, Lennar 4.5% right now. Jump back to crude, continuing to rise. Look at this. We're pushing the overnight highs right now. Crude up 2.5%, up $1.40 at 56.50 right now. Dollar at 98.37. We check in on yields. Yeah, about 4.15 for the 10-year. We check in on the 2-year. Yeah, basically flat as well at 104.12. Yeah, so YouTube is going to get the Oscars in 2029. The world is changing, folks. Now, that doesn't have to do with the share price today, down by 3%. But yeah, the Oscars are going to move to YouTube. No longer on ABC, which is a Disney entity. No. YouTube is the leading video platform in terms of U.S. TV viewing time, according to Nielsen. I mean, YouTube, everybody loves YouTube, no matter what age bracket demographic you're in. They're going to be available live and for free to more than 2 billion viewers around the world on YouTube and on subscription-based YouTube TV. The networks look forward to the next 3 ABC does, including the show's centennial celebration in 2028, and then it moves. And that deal's a 4-year deal through 2033. And, you know, when you look at YouTube is Google, right? Amazon Prime is one of the biggest streamers out there. You have YouTube TV is Google. So you have Google, which is Alphabet, and Amazon controlling those two. And then you're going to have Netflix combining with Warner Brothers. As in, they're streamers and they're there. Hey, nonetheless, jump back to Netflix. Talk about some volatility. Netflix up by 0.2% right now. Giving up the gains. Paramount Skydance down by 4.4% right now. And Warner Brothers off 1.9% right now. So Microsoft, the leader, up by 0.4%. Take a look at the weekly. So look, we're right at the 382 from this acceleration from the April lows. Microsoft. Yeah, we got some selling. You want to get a sign of strength in this equity because look at this selling right from their earnings week in October. You get selling the week of November 17th. And the last 2 weeks, we got some selling as well. As in not just negative action, but you did it with some volume. Right? This is your floor right now, 470 for Microsoft. But we got volume at these lows. And yeah, when you look at Tesla, you know, what I keep finding myself wondering is whether trust is going to become a crucial part of self-driving vehicles. And I personally feel like Elon has grandiose statements when he's running his companies, and there's nothing wrong with that, all right? He's an optimistic man, and he's the richest man in the world because of that optimism on many occasions. But I don't want optimism. I want reality. I want you to tell me exactly what's happening, and I don't really trust him to tell me exactly what's happening in terms of self-driving. And so Tesla faces California sales halt over marketing of autopilot. This is going to be the important battle here, okay? Yeah, you better believe it. They should be on the road. Okay, the roads are very dangerous anyway. This is going to be what's going to happen. There's going to be tragedies, unfortunately, on the road with self-driving vehicles. It's going to happen. I just want to hear the reality of what it actually does, because I don't think a lot of us really address the dangers of just getting into an Uber with a regular human driver on a daily basis, okay, and how dangerous the roads are in general. But nonetheless, Tesla's car sales in California are poised to be suspended for 30 days over marketing practices that misled consumers about the automated driving capabilities of the vehicles. And yeah, this is going to become, what can they do? What are they telling you they can do? I just want the reality. Give me the facts, right? And of course, the lawyers are going on. Its advertising is protected free speech under the First Amendment. No, I don't want it to be protected free speech. I want it to be real and factual. Tesla off by 4% with the market. We're coming back, folks.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN. Educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com and hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com. Then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. And we got markets right now. Pushing lows, S&P's off by 73 points. And yeah, a little worried about AI. And then Blue Owl Capital, they kind of threw the sparks that really accelerated things today, saying they're backing out of the Oracle deal on the equity side of that. Now, there's some other big banks coming into that, but Oracle off by 5.7. As I mentioned, you got Micron earnings after the bell today. Micron off by 3.2% right now. And we jump back to Tesla. Tesla off 4.4, and you better believe free speech is a real deal, folks, okay? But we're talking about the marketing of self-driving vehicles. I mean, that is something that you are not free to say whatever you'd like. That's I mean, look, I'm at a loss of words in terms of how that's a free speech case. Okay? Now, they gave him 90 days here. Okay, the suspension won't take effect for 3 months. They can appeal or go into a compliance. Okay, but at issue, of course, exaggerating the abilities of features marketed as autopilot, full self-driving. Okay, and the company can take simple steps to resolve the issues permanently. We're approaching this critical area where we're going to have cars that people think they can jump in, push the button, and they can drive. It's going to be important that the companies selling those cars accurately reflect the capabilities in those vehicles. And just calling them full self-driving alone, I think even that, it doesn't pass the smell test, that it's not full self-driving, and then they make the case. It's going to be very important that we get a lot of accuracy because, as I mentioned, there's going to be a lot of tragedies because there are a lot of tragedies on the road. Even if self-driving cars are driving perfectly, you're going to be bumping into the other humans that are still on the road that aren't driving perfectly. All right, folks, we got Micron after the bell. Markets, we're finishing right at session lows. Don't forget about Tiger Dollars, folks. Run this week through Monday. And well, I appreciate you tuning in. Thanks so much for tuning in right here with me, folks. Have a great night. Have a safe night. Enjoy.